I've not record. Okay. And to some of you that actually you have known me somehow, and then when we meet in church, you now be doing Mr. Lecturer. If I catch you, I'll just your full name, I'll take you to the HOD. Anything we discuss on this call ends on this call. It dies here. It doesn't go out of this place. Swallow it when you see me. Don't talk about it. So yeah, we last week we were talking about introduction to Microsoft Excel, and then we went on to have a view, the features of Microsoft Excel, and then we also talk about some key parts of Microsoft Excel that's on the homepage, not everything. Let me minimize this and then take it up a bit. Okay. So we talked about this part where I think we have it here, right? So the homepage, there are other things involved, but as we move on, gradually you see how to use some of them. You will not learn everything at once. It's not even possible. That's the truth. It's not. So we talked about the formula bar. We talked about the column header. We talked about the row header, right? The ones here, the 1, 2, 3 down at this side is the row header. We talked about creating tabs, that sheet, right? And then we said this entire file that we're working on is a workbook, and that in the workbook we have several sheets. We can open as many as possible. Then there are other things I should show you, but let me see where we are. Yeah, we talked about workbook and worksheet. Then we talked about cell and range. So before going into functions and formula, we talked about cell and range, and we said this is a cell. In this cell, we can store a value, and this cell has an address. The address is E9. So by now, you should be able to pick the address of a cell. This is F5, and then we said we can select range of cells. And then if we select this one, this is from F5 to I5. And then we said we can also select vertically. This is from E3 to E10. So, and then we can also select multiple like this. And I said, let's let this lie low for now so that we don't cause confusion. We'll come back to it, right? So before we move on, I'll just show us quickly some little things on this page, right? Before we start talking about formulas. Blossom has a twins. I don't know how, but let's use her name for example. So we can see that this is a value inside this cell. This value, we can move it. By default, it's at the left. We can move it to the left. We can move it to the center by clicking here, and then we can move it to the right by clicking there, right? All this one is to shift the value inside the cell towards a particular direction. Now, you can have multiple of them. For instance, let's say this is by this side, and then we have Sylvia that has the voice of Blossom, and then we also have there's this other guy that came in just now that was like, what are you people talking about? I don't know. Shouldn't, I've forgotten his name. Something B something. Okay, let me use Meidat. Meidat is also another one here. So we can actually, in unison, we can move everything to the center. They will all move to the center. We can also move them to the right. All the names move to the right. Okay. Now we can, let's say we move one of them to the right, to the left. This is to the left, and this two is to the right. We can simply move them together. They will move in the same direction, right? As long as we highlight them together. Is there a question? Your voice is not clear. Your voice is slow. Let me see. Maybe not. I can't see your screen. Is it just me? Yeah, if you're having issue with screen, Most times it's actually you. Actually, I do have issues like that. What I normally do is that I will drop off and join again. Yeah. It happens when you move from your screen. If you move from your screen, from the page you're using to view this class, if you move from it to another page and then you come back due to network issue, you will not be seeing the screen I'm sharing. So sometimes it's better you just drop off and then join back. So back to our discussion. Yeah, this is what this is meant for. Then there's another little thing I wanted to show you. Let me see. So you can highlight them and then delete it. Just press delete on the keyboard, right? You delete everything. One other thing I wanted to show you is on formatting. I know this is a lot of information, but don't worry, it's just few of them I'll show you today. So as we go on, I'll be showing you little tips gradually, because if we want to focus on them, we'll not finish. So let's say we are here. Let me look for something. Let me look for, okay, let me copy this and then paste here. So you notice that you see the formatting here. This is Calibri and then 11. The font size is 11. The font type is Calibri. But if you come here, this one, okay, they are the same font type, but I want to change one. Let me change one and use it for the example I want to show you. But while I'm changing it, also watch, because it's also something that we have to talk about. So let's say I want to change this into, let's say Time News Roman. Trust me, most everybody like that one. So the font type now is Time New Roman. This is a font type. You can see that it's not the same with this. Let me zoom in a little. Yeah, you can see they're not the same font type. So what you have here, if you want these ones, this one is Calibri. You can see the name here, Calibri. Or you can call it Calibri. Then we have Times New Roman. So if you want to make sure that these ones, all these names you have here, carries this type, this font type, all you have to do is click on Format Painter and then you highlight it. You see? Once you do that, it will change. They are now of the same font type. So why do you do that? Sometimes you're working on an Excel document and then you see that the text, they are scattered. They are of different font type. They are of different sizes. You can actually use that to ensure that they maintain uniform font type, uniform font size. Are we okay? Do you get this?
Please, sir, can you
Yeah.
come again? Can you take that again? My network was fluctuating.
Okay. So let's take it back. Uh, so you see here, this one is Times New Roman. That's the font type. You can see here, this is the font type. And then we have the size as well, right? But let's say it's 12. Excuse me. Let's say it's 12. Okay. So this is 12. This is Time News. This text you are seeing inside this cell is of size 12, and then the type is Time New Roman. For those of you, I mean, almost everyone did project back in, whether it's ND or BSc, you did project. So you know what the font type is. It's in your Word document. You know what font size is, right? So now this one is not the same with what you have here. The one you have here is Calibri. You can see the name here. Once you click on the cell, you see the name and then you see the font size. Now, what you have on this that is separate, this one is Time New Romance and then it's of size 12. So if you want everything here, everything on this column to be like this one, this Australian Oceania, all you have to do is be on the cell. When I say be on the cell, click on the cell that contains the font type and the font size that you desire. Click on it and then click Format Painter. Then use that Format Painter to highlight the ones you want to change. Automatically, they are now of the same font size and font type. See, they're also Time News Roman and it's 12. Are we okay?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
we are.
Okay, sir.
All right. So that is it for that one. Next time we'll talk more about how we can some other tips. Just know what Format Painter can be used for. Today you learn some of those features. You learn how to move the value in cell or cells to the left, right, right, middle, left, right. And then you've known font type and font size. We have other ones here, but I don't know if they'll be too much for you, but tomorrow we'll also look at them. We'll look at them and then we'll look at this as well. Up and lower, I think bottom, right? Yeah, bottom alignment and top alignment. And then we have the bold, the italics, and the underline. These ones we'll look at them tomorrow. So today we just look at the font type, font size, and then left and right and middle alignment. That's the one we look at today. So let's go to our slide. We talked about cell and range. We've done that. So we'll look at functions and formula. This is the very key thing we intend to focus on today. So for this one, every time you want to use a formula, one of the first things you should note is that every formula, and also, yeah, don't always remind me in case I forget. When I show you an example here on Excel, I'll also go to Google Sheet to demonstrate it on Google Sheet so that you see it. Somehow, like I noticed today, there are some features that is because this Excel 2013, so it's way a little bit back. So there are new features that it doesn't have. And I think I found out when I was checking for something. I was working on VLOOKUP, right? I was working on VLOOKUP. I noticed that there is a feature that this doesn't have, but it's on Google Sheet. So to have it on this Excel, I have to update my Excel. And the last time I checked, I'm using a crack version. I don't know if it's a sin, but I don't choose to pay for this one for now. So we are all good. We are all good. So now I'm going to be demonstrating the examples and then I'm going to go on Google Sheet and do the same. So let me open Google Sheet, right? For us to open Google Sheet, if you go to your Gmail, on your phone, you have to install it. But on desktop, you don't need to. You just have to go and pick some of those features here, right? This is Sheets. You just click on one. It should take us to a new page. Yeah, it's so slow. Let me see. Yeah, 16 crack version and activator. David, I don't know whether I should be proud of you or I should not be proud of you. I am telling you that we are supposed to be paying for the software, and you are proud that you have the updated, you have a more advanced one that you are not paying for. And Emmanuel is already saying, I want to have it. You people should repent. So we'll
Sorry,
go, we'll click on a blank sheet. Go and be paying for the software. So people built it. You cannot be using it for free. You don't want to pay. It's okay. Let me see. Christ has paid for us all. You see, this way Apostle used to have issue with all of us. You people have a way of
Hey,
including you just,
gaskiya.
just enter Bible one side and then the next you just fit in perfectly. You say Christ has
Ha.
paid for us
Oh
all.
God. Very forward to all.
So, so we'll demonstrate it here, and then we'll also demonstrate it on on this Google Sheet. So the first thing we'll look at is
Number one.
every time we want to use formula or a
I'm
function.
sorry,
No,
sir, but someone's mic is on and we can't hear you properly,
oh,
sir.
okay,
Someone's mic is on.
let me mute,
So
let me
sorry.
check who, and then see if I can mute the person. I think the person is muted already. Yeah, the person is muted. So we have the equal sign, we have the name of the function we want to use, and then we have the argument. The argument is the range or the cell range or range of cell, right? That is the argument. Then you have the function name, you have the equal sign. This is how you use a function, and then a combination of many functions can form a formula. Every time you want to use a formula, you have you remember BODMAS. If you do not remember BODMAS, you should remember what's this guy that sang BODMAS back then. It's not Tony Tetula. I've forgotten his name. I think he's dead now. That sang BODMAS. B for brackets, O for off, D for division, M for multiplication, A for addition, and then subtraction. So you are still going to be making use of, you are going to follow the BODMAS pattern in performing arithmetics inside your worksheet. So the first one we'll look at is sum, right? If you want to look at sum, let's take a look at this example. Like here you have units sold. Does anyone have question? Sound Sultan, thank you, goodness. You are still there. For you to remember his name, I'm very sure you are not Gen Z. Because Gen Z does not know who I'm talking about. Very few Gen Z will know. So you type sum, always start with an equal sign because that's the only way Excel needs to know that you are dealing with, you are using a formula, you are using a function. If you did not pass it to an equal sign, it will not know. Let me show you in this example. Let me zoom in a little. Why is this thing not zooming in? Okay. Yeah. So if we do this and then that, then we highlight, you see, it's not even sensing it. It's not sensing it. But ideally, this is what we should do. The equal sign, sum, right? Now you see, it's now asking us the range of the numbers. So we can now pass in this range of number of units sold. And then you can close the bracket. Automatically, it will sum it. All right. You notice what we did there, right? I hope it's not confusing. So we use the sum, which is a formula. Always put the equal sign because that's how Excel will know that
Yes.
you're trying to refer to a function, sum. And then for this function, you can now highlight the range, the cell range. You pass it in as an argument. So the function will now take all the values across the cells and then perform the operation. In this case, the operation is sum, so it will add everything together. Are we clear or have I confused you the more? Or should I do the example again?
It's clear.
Oh,
Yes, sir. Please, can you take it again?
yeah, I'll take it again, but not on Excel. I'll take it to Google Sheets. So we'll do it there again. All right. So let me just copy this. So you copy this and then, oh, it's not everything I copied though, but no problem. I can recopy it in the future. So I can just come here and then paste. I hope my network will allow that to happen. All right. So we have them here. Okay. Now, did you remember that alignment we did? So on Google Sheet, if I want to align this header because I felt like they are not properly aligned, yeah, just because of the copy and paste I did, my network is dancing a willow. So yeah, all we have to do is click on this. This is where you do left alignment, center, and right. You can see this symbol here. So you can align it. Now, it's not only the header that you can align, you can also align the entire values, right? Let's say up to here, I can decide to, select and then left. You can see all of them have been moved towards the left. If I want to move it to the right, you can see they all move to the right. I hope we are seeing what I'm showing you.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay, thank you. So now we can decide to apply that sum to calculate the total for this unit sold. You do this, you put the equal sign, sum, and then, because this is online, it is more, what's it called? It is kind of more adaptive. Someone is using the annotation again. I hope it's not you, Mr. Banks, because I don't know why it's showing your face now. So all you have to do for Google,
No, sir.
you just press a tab. Press a tab and then automatically, now you can press a tab on Excel and this will happen, but for Google Sheet, they make it so adaptive. So anytime you enter a formula, automatically it will look at the values around it, whether horizontal or vertical, and then try to predict which side you want to impute the range. Like in this case, I think it's victory. Let me remove this annotation. So we put the equal sign, type sum. You want to sum everything on that column. So all you have to do is press the tab. Oh, okay. There's a mistake there. Move my mouse. So you do this, then press tab. You see, automatically it will highlight everything on this column and then sum them together. It will pass it in as a range. Did you guys get that? Your video is lagging, sir. Is your network or is it my
yes,
network?
it's since you are sharing from the Google Sheet online, so it's making it slow, but I did get what you said.
Yeah, okay. All right. Goodness says I don't know whether goodness is he or she, but thank you for the forgiveness. Airtel network is terrible. Yeah, sorry about that. It's one of the predicament of doing online things in Nigeria. They'll frustrate you. Network will frustrate you sometimes. So, fine, we'll not come back to this Google Sheet. You people are having network issues. That's why I want us to go back to our Excel. Hopefully we are fine here. So for our Excel, what we are doing is this. So you put the equal sign, you put this name of the function, you open a bracket, then you highlight the range. You pass the range in. Remember, we didn't put the header. Then you close it, and then you hit enter. That's it. You get the value for that column, the summation of the entire thing on that column. Are we okay?
Yes,
Yes,
we are okay.
Nancy says she loves numbers. It's all right. It's good to love numbers. The only time you will not like number is when you are at home and then GT Bank keep deducting you, telling you for SMS, for electronic charge, for this. You just get mad and carry your bag and start going to the bank. Like, this is not the type of number you love. Yeah. So let's look at another one, right? We really need to cover a lot and time is going. So we've talked about sum and how we can pass in range of value, like the example here. You can see C, in order to sum everything on that column. So we pass in the value of from C2 to C4, we pass it into the sum function, and then the sum function will automatically add all the values in that column for us. So the next thing we can do is average. We can also calculate average. And then I'm going to talk about how we can use them combined. But then first we have to know what each of those functions are. Average simply means taking mean. For instance, if the age of an individual is, let me see. Okay, let's say, what can I use to do this example quickly? On average, let's say temperature. The temperature is, let's say my temperature is 20 degrees Celsius currently. I think it's more than that. And then the temperature of another person is maybe 24. And then the person is in this room with me, but it's not the Holy Ghost. And we also have another person in this room whose temperature is also 22. Right? Now, if they now ask you, 3 people are in the room, this is their temperature. What is the average temperature in the room? What will you do? That means you add all these 3 together, divide it by 3. Okay? 20 plus 24 plus 22 divided by 3. Why did we use 3? Because we have 3 numbers or 3 values here. 1, 2, 3, right? So you add all of them together divided by their frequency. Let me see. I'm seeing questions, seeing messages. You see, if you want to, I heard that if you want to go into serious relationship, you should not be using Glow or Etisalat. So with the way you are going now, you don't have plan of going into a serious relationship anytime soon. So 20 plus 24, that's 44. Plus 22, that's 46, 66. So 66 divided by 3, we'll have 23. So the average is 23. The average temperature in the room is 23. You can also use this for products to know the average price of products across different locations. Like the price in Zuba would definitely differ from the price in Nyanya, would differ from the price in Lube. So you can add those prices, those 3 prices together, then divide by 3, and then you have an average price in Abuja. Am I making sense? Do we understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Loud.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Oh, okay, it's 22. I was using my brain to add it now, and my brain is not multitasking as it should be, you see. That's why I'm giving you 23. If it's multitasking as it should work, it shouldn't be giving you 23. So apologies. I will talk to my brain. We'll find a way to work around that. So basically that's what an average is. So let's look at it in an Excel. So if you want to know the average unit sold, because these units are sold from across different locations, I'm supposed to also open your eyes to something, just a little bit of something. Don't worry. I won't after that I won't give you any new thing that you are not aware of till tomorrow. So we can filter this document, this sheet here, we can filter it, meaning that we can filter only office supply, we can filter only baby food, and so on and so forth. So if we want to filter, I hope I have not forgotten. No, this is for charts. Okay, go back to homepage. Excuse me. Yeah, there you have it. So you click on filter. You see where I went to. So automatically all the header will become a drop down. I went to sort and filter. It's at the top right corner. Sort and filter. And when you click on it, you click on filter. But make sure that your cursor is at the top of it. It's at the header side. If not, if you put it here, you'll be working on something else. So do we know how to filter a document now? It's very simple. Or I should do it again.
Please, sir, do it again.
Okay. So
Please do it, sir.
you
Thank
put your cursor at
Please do it again, please. Thank you.
the column, the column header, right? That's the title, the not this ABC, but rather this one here. This is the title of each column. So you put your cursor on any of them, and then you come here. You see this sort and filter. It's at the top right corner. You click on it, then you click on filter. Once you click on filter, it automatically put a drop down there. So you can select on the drop down, you can filter. For instance, here, you can now filter, let's say Asia. Filter Asia. You see, only Asia will come up. Are we good? Or I should filter another region so that
Yeah.
you can still click on the drop down again and click on Europe. And then there you go. Europe will be filtered out.
So you can filter more than one.
Yes, you can filter. You see these check boxes here. You can click on multiple.
I'm lost. Oh.
Okay.
Multiple locations.
Let me explain it again.
No,
So
take them again, I beg.
you said what?
No, this is something.
What did you say? Data is what?
Please explain again.
Please take calm again. Please take it
Okay,
again.
I will.
Some of us
Please,
are
sir,
just
please,
learning.
sir. Take them again,
My
no,
Excel
I
does not have
beg.
sort and filter on the home. It's not possible. It's not, it must have it. It may be somewhere there.
Please explain again. Thank you.
Okay. First, we want to talk about how do we filter. We can filter the rows or the rows, right? To filter rows, we put our cursor on the titles of each column. You see, of any of the column. Once you put it there, there is sort and filter here. All right. Excuse me. So there's sort and filter at the top right corner. You click on it, and then you see filter here. Click on that filter. Once you click on that filter, you see a drop down on the titles. Then you can click on any of them to filter. Here you see select all. That's the first one, the checkbox. So you can decide to select multiple, you can decide to select one. For instance, if we decide to select Sub-Saharan Africa, you click on it, you see, only the Sub-Saharan Africas will be displayed. You can now copy it into a new sheet or do whatever analysis you want to do. Is it okay?
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir,
Yes,
it
sir.
is okay.
Yes,
Thank you.
sir.
God bless you.
Yes.
Got it. I got it.
Okay, thank you. So that's it for filtering. Now you can actually filter like this and perform a mathematical expression on it. For instance, we want to know what is the average unit sold across Sub-Saharan Africa. You can now come here, put your equal sign, and then average. You can see this is average here, right? And then sometimes it can be misbehaving. Average, then open bracket, highlight the range, and then close it. You see, this is the average across Sub-Saharan Africa. So what you did, you filter out Sub-Saharan Africa from the entire data, and then you now use the average function to compute the average for Sub-Saharan Africa by focusing on the unit sold column. Is that okay? Or should I go again? Don't
They
be
can go again.
On my end,
It's okay.
on my
I
end, it's
understand.
clear.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But some people say I should go again, so I will go again. I'll go again, all right? So that we can all be on the same page. So you put the equal sign. Sorry, that's a mistake. You type the function, the name of the function, average, and then you open bracket. You select the range, the cell range. You close it and then hit enter. It gives you the average. But you know that the average you have here now is not the overall average. This is the average for only Sub-Saharan Africa because we filtered out Sub-Saharan Africa. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Totally. Thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
Thank you. So you can also undo the filtering by going back to filter and then unclick it, and then it will release everything. It's no longer filtered. You can't filter again until you go back. So that's for average. We've just taken a look at average, what it is and how we can use it. Then we also have a function called subtotal. Yeah, we'll talk about subtotal, talk about min max, right? So subtotal and min max, that one we are going to be a little bit fast. So what subtotal is talking about is this. Subtotal is simply doing what sum also does, right? It sum everything on each either column or rows. It will just sum it up. Vertically, it will sum everything up, or horizontally, it will sum everything up. That's what subtotal does. So you just type this, and then subtotal. We'll look at substitute later. Subtotal. Subtotal will automatically just highlight all this, and then fragment. I think something is not right. Excuse me. Shouldn't be giving me that or saying too many arguments. Let me see. Except it's the column is too much for it to. Okay. There is a changes here. This is something that you have to be careful about anyways. As the version changes, so also there may be some update to the formulas, but you have to look at the documentation. All right. You have to look at the documentation. Like this now is asking us the function norm and then the reference. You can see what you are seeing here. I don't know if you can see this. This is the name of the function, then the function norm, and then the reference. So this is subtotal, but this subtotal is taking in another function to perform its operation, right? This can change a little based on what else you are doing. Can you still hear me? This one is showing me my network is unstable. Can you still hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Yes, I can. Thank you.
You're not in the WhatsApp group. How did you now? Okay, so if you have a range into 1,000 that we can't use highlight, I believe we can jump the range. Yeah, we can manually enter range. I think that's what you're referring to. Let me show us that with dummy data so we can practice alongside. Yeah, I will share the data with you. That's fine. So you can actually manually do this. Okay, somebody else is using annotation again. Really. So, yeah, that's why it's good for you to know the address, right? For instance, you are doing sum, you open this, and then you are starting from, you know, the address of this column. This is I. You know that it starts from I2. So say I2, and then you put in colon. So where does it end? So it ends at I17. So you put I17. You can manually enter the address. And that is it. It will sum it up for you. I don't know if you get it.
Yes, we got it. I get.
Yeah. So remember we talked about cells and ranges. So you already know what a cell is, the address of a cell. So you should be able to, maneuver your way around it. Okay. And then you can either highlight them or you know the address and type the address into the function. So you can also get here, you can get minimum value. You can get minimum value. All you have to do, you just pass in the function. So you know the minimum that was sold. So the minimum unit sold is 124, right? The same way you can get the maximum using max. I know you are still learning it. Don't say there's so much function. How will I know everything? True, you will know everything. Sometimes you have to make use of their documentation, go to Excel website and get some. But practice will also help you to know many of these things, right? So we can also pass this in. And then you see, we have the maximum unit sold, the minimum unit sold. All right. So you guys that is asking that I should give you data set to practice with, I'm going to share data set with you, but the implication is that I'm going to be asking you some sensitive questions from this same data. So I'll expect you to check your file and know how to solve the problem. All right. So for instance, this is generally the minimum and generally the maximum unit sold. If I now said, find for me the minimum units sold in sub-Saharan Africa for maybe household items. The minimum unit of household items sold in sub-Saharan Africa. So what will you do? You use your filter first. You will not go straight and start applying function. You have to first filter out the data. So you click on filter. Then the first thing you do, you filter out sub-Saharan Africa as one. Then you come, I said household item. Oh, there are not many here. So it's only one. So we can't perform any function on it, right? Let me see. Let me merge two continents together. Let's say, let me merge, okay, let me merge Europe and sub-Saharan Africa together. They are close. So let me make them together. Yeah. So in this case, we can actually get the minimum units sold for a particular household item type. We have office supplies, we have clothes. So maybe, which one should I even go for? I need the one that is represented
Office
as
supply.
3 times. Office supply, but it's only represented 2 times. So okay, let's just do this to show what we want to do, right? We can click on office supply. You know, we are first filter by region. Now we are filtering by item type. So click on office supply. We have this. Because it's not many, we can easily just pick out this. This is the smallest one. So that's the minimum unit sold. This is the maximum unit sold. Do we understand?
Okay. Yeah, I do.
Yes, I do.
So if we are now to check what's the total units sold across
It's clear.
total units sold for office supplies across Europe and sub-Saharan Africa, what do we do?
We apply the sum function.
We sum the Europe and Sahara Africa. We sum both of them, and whatever we get is sum.
So meaning that will sum
Equals to I4 and I6.
Okay. Okay, great.
49.
Who is lost? Because I know somebody is saying, you people have left me behind and you people are happy. If you are lost, be free and say it.
Not too much.
Feel free and say it. Or you can rewatch the video later. But trust me, it's very straightforward. It's not that difficult. All right. So the way I'll be asking you the question is also, in fact, once you start practicing, the way I'll be asking you the question, you can actually get the answer from the question itself. You don't need to crack your head excessively. So we can go back here and then release the filtering. All right. Let me see. Docat, you have network issues. So sorry, so sorry. I would advise you watch the recording. All right.
Please, can you explain how we release the filtering again?
Okay, I'll show you shortly.
Thank you.
Link to join the WhatsApp, link to join the WhatsApp. Message this number. We should have only 1 hour session today, but I don't know.
Sorry, sir. Please, I wanted to ask, where did you click to go back to the main sheet, like after you left the unfiltering, like the
It's the same
sub-Saharan
question I
Africa?
just asked now.
You said?
You people are asking the same
Go
question.
to the filter.
So you go back to the filter,
It's
click
the
on the
same
filter that you
question I just asked.
click on the same filter. You click on it to filter it, so you can filter, right? So when it's time for you to also on
Yes, sir.
filtering, you go back there and then also click on the same filter, and then it will release everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right. Thank you, sir.
you're welcome. So you can use the arrow on the top left. Yeah, you can do that actually. But then let's just go gently. Let's go gently. Okay. Family of people having network issues. All
Please,
right.
permission to join another meeting. I'll watch the replay.
No problem, but you are free. You are very free. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, one last thing. Let me see. Okay, count. Okay, let's see if we can talk about count and then we'll call it a day. Tomorrow we really have to. I thought we'll do more than this today, but so there are 3 types of count we have. We have the regular count, which just counts the entire cells, right? Then we have the count A, which counts only, it helps us to count only the blank cells. And then we have, okay, it doesn't count blank cells. We have the count blank, which counts blank cells. So what that one is saying is this. Let's just look at some example here. So let's say I delete this, and then I delete that, and then I delete this. So if I want to count the total number of cells in that column, all I have to do is use count, do this. So who can tell me why is it giving me 0? Who can tell me why?
It's giving 0 because they are not numerical numbers in the cell. They are letters, alphabets, not numbers.
Yes.
You didn't close the bracket.
Okay, go ahead. You said? Mimi, what did you say? No.
I said
You
because
didn't
the
put
bracket was not
equal
closed.
signs first.
No, that was not the reason. I
Equal
think
sign is there.
some
Okay, bracket is closed.
I said because it's giving you 0 because what is
Some
in the
cells
cell,
are
what are in
blank.
the cell, not numerical numbers. They
okay.
are alphabets, not numbers. It only counts it when they are numbers and not alphabets.
You see, Uchi has been here, but she is hiding. So that's the way you feel you bring her outside. So we highlight this. Count is for numerics, right? It will count the cells, the total number of cells for numerics, not for alphabets, right? So meaning that if you come here for words or alphabet like this, you may not get what you're looking for. You will not get what you're looking for. But if you are dealing with numbers, it will help you count the number of cells. Okay. Now, if we want to do something else, let's say we delete this and then delete that. You see, it's not sensitive to, it's sensitive to blank spaces, right? So it will only give you the total number. It will only count the cells with value. The cells without value, it will not count them. And that is where, this one is count. Then we now have the other one, which is count A. comes in, right? The count A will now like go up, 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 up. So this one, the difference between this count and count A will count all the cells with values, right? This one also does that, but its own is ignoring empty cells. So if you want to now count the blank spaces, you now have to use count blank. Now I have a question that I reserve for those who have been here before. So you see, count blank will only count the empty cells. And then the count A will count all that has values. It's similar to the count. They both basically do the same thing. The only difference is that count A doesn't count blank cells. I think count also doesn't do that. But by default, count is actually supposed to count everything. So now who can tell me why did count not count everything? Before I do what I want to do. Okay,
You said because it's sensitive to blank spaces.
Blank spaces?
Yeah, blank spaces. Once you fill it with 0, once the blank space is filled with 0, it will count it, right? But it's seeing the blank spaces just the way it's seeing text.
Blank spaces?
Just the way it's seeing text, that's the way it's seeing blank spaces. It will not be able to count it, right? Then one last thing. Let me just teach you this one last thing, then we'll go. So we have these names here, right? And then one of the ways we can deal with name, if you have names like this, you can separate them. One way of separating them is that you go to data and then you come to, sorry, where am I headed? Yeah, text to column. You go to data, this tab data, then you come to text to column. On text to column, you see delimited. You leave it at that. You will understand why shortly. So you click next. Next, now you see you can click on space. What separates the first name from the last name is a space, right? So you click on space. This space, you can see it has separated them. This is the preview. Now, if it is not space, if it's something else, I will still show you that one. I'll show you for comma. So once you do this, you click finish. You see you have separated the first name from the last name. Okay. Have I confused you? Hello, are you there?
No, sir.
Yes, please do it
Not at
again.
all. I understand.
No,
I get it.
sir. We are on track.
We get it, sir.
Okay.
Please do it
We
again,
get
sir.
You can have okay, someone said I should do it.
Sir.
So you just highlight the names. You want to separate the first name from the last name. So you go to data, this at the top here, and then you click on text to columns. When you click on text to column, you leave it at this delimited because the delimiter is actually a space. You click next. So it's a space. You click on this space and then you see by default, it's showing you the preview here. So you don't need to click something else. So you click finish. Emmanuel, what do you want to say? Hello, Emmanuel, your hand is raised up. Okay, I guess Emmanuel is chopping live somewhere. So.
Sorry, I'm trying to unmute. I got something else. Sorry, sir.
Okay.
I have a question, please.
All right.
But by doing this now, I noticed the names spaced. Like, let's say this the first name there, it started looking like two different names. It's not like they were in the same cell. The Adeyemi was in a different cell. Oluwasegun, I'm not sure if I'm seeing the name clearly though, was in a different cell.
Okay.
So wouldn't that make the names look different?
No, in some cases, for instance, when I ask you guys for your names, if you check the Google form, I don't know if I can show you that without having network issues. Let me see if I can pull your names out. Okay, Google has helped to separate it. So ideally, this is how your names should be. Your names should not be joined together. But in a situation where in a form, the names are mixed together, I think it's because I requested your first name separately from your last name. If I just type full name, you would have seen these names merged together. And once they are made together, I have to come back and separate them, right? So that's why you separate them. I don't know if you get my point. Are we clear?
Yeah.
So we can come here and then click on text to column, delimiter next, and then space. You see this one is separated. You click finish. Now this one, you are using space to separate them. But here we have comma. So you have to come to this place again, delimited, and then we uncheck the space, and then we check comma. You see, it separate them, and then you click finish. All right. Do you get that?
Yes,
sir.
we got it very well.
Got it.
Okay. So we'll call it a day today. So we'll continue tomorrow.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Please.
Thank you, sir.
Miguel
Thank you. I hope you
said,
have
Yes,
Miguel,
okay,
what's the
thank
issue?
you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Abigail,
you.
what's the
you.
issue? You people not allow Abigail to speak.
Thank you,
You have used
sir.
thank you to shut Abigail out.
Maybe today is Abigail's birthday. Don't
No,
tell
I've
us.
gotten it. I've gotten it.
Okay.
Good.
I've got what I wanted to.
Yeah, let me see.
If I may, I don't know if my name is in that